Hello and welcome to this Power Query within Power BI tutorial with me, James from Matador Software. We have a real world scenario in which we're going to use in order to apply ranking to inventory levels. So quite a common one, management or stakeholders want to understand inventory further. We don't have the ability to do this at source or in a database or in any transactional system. So we're going to do it in Power Query, our highest option, up the chain. Now they don't really care how this is done, they just want to see high level rankings by inventory category. So we're going to look at how we do that. So I've got a variation of the pubs dataset. You can get this in GitHub. I've edited it slightly, but basically we have a group of publications, books, their categories, and the level of inventory. So what I want to do here is give an individual inventory rank by category. But there's a few steps that we need to take before that. So the first one that I would do is sort my inventory in descending order, as I've just done, highest to lowest. And I can add an index column in the Ag column section from 1, obviously not from 0. From 1, we want a true index of the highest values right down to the lowest. And I can just rename this as inventory index. Now what I want to do, because I said we eventually want to aggregate this by category, is click on category, go into transform and group by. And as you can see, it groups rows in the table based on the values in the currently selected columns. So we want to display 2 levels of aggregation here. So we'll go to advanced and click on the radio button there. We want the category, but we also want to sum that level of inventory because that's going to be imperative as to how we view this from the high level that, let's say, our executives want to see, and our stakeholders are only interested in that high level view. So we can create a new column, call it whatever you like. We can call it total inventory. Important to note the operation here, because we're summing the inventory, isn't count rows. We need to change that to sum, and the correct column, which would be, again, just our standard inventory column to display those levels. For our second aggregation, we just need to supply a column name for the way that the rest of the remaining columns will be aggregated. So we'll call it grouping, and I just want all the rows there so that people can sort of drill down and expand as they please. So we're left with our category, our total inventory, and our grouping. So like I said, this was the high level view that the executives wanted to see, or the stakeholders. We can sort this in descending order and again go through that same add index column to get our final rank there. So it's quite a nice solution if you don't have availability in a transactional system or a relational database or whatever that may be, into sort of the next highest order that we can make this transformation and shape our data. And this may be enough for certain people within the business to view. And it's quite handy because you've only had to use the GUI. You just need to know which steps to implement for this slick solution. As usual, if you enjoyed this content, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you.